Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, we're here.
Are we actually doing this?
Yeah, this is it. So we're
You're the worst. You are the worst.
This week we're talking about well, you gotta start with a stupid thing. I don't know. That's how. I'm
Says
the
who?
host. Matt, the host.
You weren't even here until like 5 minutes ago.
So what are you gonna do?
Jean-Luc was gonna host in your place. It was gonna
Oh,
be
ready to
glorious.
go. You were gonna start like 10 minutes ago. Matt comes in.
So this
Literally the worst.
literally the only choice you need. This week we're going to talk about the last week's Nintendo Direct, which happened a few short hours right after we finished recording our podcast, which is very convenient and good.
Timely.
Yes, very spot on Nintendo. They knew when we were recording, they were like, fuck you. So we're going to talk about some of the announcements from last week's Nintendo Direct. And today, this is actually topical for once. We have something that happened like today that's interesting. The new Deus Ex game was announced. Deus Ex.
Mankind Divided.
Mankind
Wait,
Divided.
ready? You ready? You ready? I did ask for this.
It's great.
Uh, uh, uh.
Oh my god. I have to listen to all of this later.
Yeah, you do.
For a second time.
Just for you, because you're the only one gonna listen.
And Rainbow Six The Siege. They're inviting people to an alpha, apparently, and they have a bunch of footage from it. I watched like a little bit of footage, actually. Not a ton, but I keep seeing enough where I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I want this as long as it probably reviews well. I will be down, because I like those Rainbow Six games a lot.
Hmm.
They're fun.
Well, it's kind of a far cry from normal Rainbow Six games, so
It's not gonna. My face is gonna be this.
where if you guys are doing jokes, I'll do jokes.
No, my joke was funny.
Listen, I make
Jokes
the.
are fun.
Can we just all agree that we're not funny?
If we all make dad jokes, then what are how are we all gonna make dad jokes? And we're
True.
all
The dynamic only works if one of us makes it.
only one of us is making poor jokes. So yeah, we're gonna talk about those three things: the Nintendo Direct and the other thing, the new Rainbow Six game and the new Deus Ex game that was announced today. It was leaked, right? It was leaked, and then they were like, all right. So then it was officially announced in GameStop. Confirmed.
Yeah, well, they were doing the shitty ARG that got like barely any traction. It was like I don't even know. It was like something on Twitter and a live stream of this person trapped in a room walking around like doing nothing.
Oh wait, I had seen that.
Yeah, that was for Mankind Divided, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that
And
makes.
it was just like it just fell flat.
Okay.
From,
Yeah.
from what I've picked up online,
Yeah.
it was just really dumb.
Yeah. I had saw that. And I was
And
like, what
they
the
should have
fuck is that about?
probably just announced. Well, okay, here's actually an interesting topic that I just came up with.
Go
What
ahead.
are with the major releases of these games doing all of these ARGs now? Like we have Halo 5 doing this Hunt the Truth ARG.
What is?
Where...
I have a question. What does?
No,
ARG
hold on, let me
stand-
continue.
What does it stand for? What does ARG stand for? I just don't know what those
Alternate
words.
reality game,
Okay.
right, Jean-Luc?
Yes.
Yes.
Augmented reality game.
Yeah, alternate augmented.
No, augmented reality game.
Okay, whatever.
Someone's like, no, it's this one.
Halo 5 is doing it with hashtag Hunt the Truth. They're doing this whole like Tumblr blog about this one guy's researching the backstory of the Master Chief, trying to uncover his shady past and whatnot.
Master Chief was caught in a video in his college frat doing a really racist chant.
Okay.
Because he said shady past, so it's like, oh no, we all found out Master Chief is part of that frat.
Really racist.
Fucking Call of Duty now is doing this whole Snapchat ARG.
Are they really? I need to get on that.
Yeah, dude.
You need to smang it with Call of Duty.
Friend Call of Duty on Snapchat. They're doing they're releasing stuff on their story, like fairly recently, like yesterday, and through today, I think. And like it's probably Black Ops 3, to be completely honest. It's Treyarch's turn for this year's Call of Duty game, and Black Ops and Black Ops 2 did well enough that it's just we can assume it's Black Ops 3.
What studio does the Black Ops?
Treyarch.
Right.
I just said that.
Sorry.
And they're teasing all this shit on Snapchat. I really don't know how to describe it.
They're doing hype the police.
Yeah, whatever. And now with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, they did this shitty ARG on Twitch.
Of this dude in a room just chilling.
Of this dude in a room walking around and doing nothing.
I wonder how much that guy got paid.
Probably nothing.
He was just an employee. They're like, "Do you want a week off?" And he's like, "Yes." And they were like, "Do you want to sit in a blank room for a week?" Well,
What's my alternative? You need to texture all of these plants. Thinking about it.
Sign me up. So let's talk about what's with all these AAA developers and publishers releasing these ARGs or ARGs. Are they even ARGs at this point, Jean-Luc?
It comes in waves. I don't know.
I think it's a
Nintendo, right? That's what I came to talk about. I came to talk about
we're
Nintendo.
going to talk about Nintendo. I want to bring this up first because it's just something I just noticed.
interesting.
Like,
yeah, I'm not.
the past week, there's been 3 ARGs.
Yeah, I want to say.
I wouldn't call them ARGs in the true. An ARG is way more, like there's a game to it. You have to it's all about you piecing together the mysteries and the codes.
Wait a minute.
A true ARG is like the whole point of a true ARG is like you don't even know it's talking about that thing. Like the I Love Beast thing from Halo. Like you don't realize at first it's talking about Halo. It's when you start looking into it and you start investigating it, and it asks for the audience participation. Right. Looking up a Call of Duty Snapchat is not an ARG. It's just a slightly more average marketing gimmick.
Well, what they did with Call of Duty is there was just a recent couple megabyte update to Black Ops 2 that added a ghost code, which is basically Snapchat's version of a QR code, to certain multiplayer maps around Black Ops 2.
That's funny.
And if you open Snapchat and basically take a picture of the ghost code, you automatically friend Call of Duty, so you can see this whatever they're doing, their stories that are teasing something. Obviously, the next Call of Duty.
How old is Black Ops 2 at this point? That's an old game now. Right?
It's 2 years old.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's kind of more like.
No.
2, right?
It's 2.5 years old. It came out. Last year's was Advanced Warfare. The year before that was Ghosts, and the year before that was Black Ops 2.
Right. So that's interesting. I wonder if PT did an amazing job of hyping whatever it is.
Silent Hills.
You're right, of getting Silent Hills on everyone's mind share. I'm wondering if it had it worked, but these companies are probably
ARG.
Well, yes, but it was this weird marketing gimmick thing that got a bunch of people's attention, and I wonder if these other publishers were just like, they did this weird thing that got a bunch of people's attention. We should try in our own gimmick. It's not the same thing, but I wonder if they just saw the success of this one. You know what I mean? It's a really different take on a marketing thing, right? So I wonder if they saw that and they just thought we should mimic that in some way.
Maybe. Or just people taking advantage of hey, we have things like Snapchat. The kids like the Snapchat nowadays.
They're into the Snap.
I guess ARG is kind of this buzzword. I guess it's just a marketing campaign is really what it is. I mean, ARG
thing with the in-the-game stuff sounds more in-depth than the Halo thing, but it still doesn't. It's not an ARG in the way I think of an ARG. I think of it more. it's a lot more in depth. There's a lot more to it. It asks a lot more of the audience to like really like try and like figure shit out.
Figure my shit out.
All right.
I'm gonna do
I just noticed that trend. Just
Oh, it's
interesting marketing campaigns as of late. I'm about it. I like it. It's more exciting than just flat out announcing and releasing a game. I enjoy participating in these marketing campaigns. It makes me feel kind of like I'm part of something. I don't know.
something bigger than myself.
Well,
Sometimes I just want to feel like I belong. Was that Nate?
yeah, you got me.
That's an accurate representation.
Hit the nail on the head. All right, let's talk about Nintendo now.
Nintendo Bro. I'm gonna keep calling them a Nintendo Bro until they relax their like things with people letting create content about their games.
There was just that recent Angry Joe kind of fiasco.
I saw that. That was pretty good.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
I think he's
very upset.
he's just mad.
I mean, I also understand though that it's like
It's a shitty thing that Nintendo is doing, and yes, you're okay to voice your opinion on it, but at the same time, this has been around for like months now, and everybody is kind of abiding by it. And
no, because he's doing the thing that other people are doing, where they're saying, "Hey, we don't want to do our thing." I think he tried to.
Well, what he did was upload a video of Mario Party 10, and then got really pissy that Nintendo took all of the ad revenue.
No, because Mario Party 10 is, well...
It's not part of the partner program.
Yeah, well, so...
Part of the games.
Joe...
So they kind of... So he should know that he's not allowed to post videos of that game on YouTube, but he did anyway.
But yes.
They're both at fault here. Nintendo's shitty for this dumb fucking policy that they have.
He's only.
But it's their right to do it.
Yeah, it's their right to do it, but like, it's their right to do it. But he's only at fault because like they're being shitty. Like it's like they have this crappy law, and like they have this crappy rule about they're allowed to do it, but it doesn't make it less crap. And like the way other people are getting around it is they're just not like no other streamers or YouTubers are covering it. And so he was like,
so many like big YouTubers have like announced that they're just not gonna stream or cover Nintendo games in their YouTube videos. It's just they don't like Nintendo taking a portion of the ad revenue that they get from people watching their videos.
Yeah, but yeah,
like there's this public outcry that what Nintendo is doing is dumb, but Nintendo Japan, I think, is the one that implemented this. Nintendo of America, I think, understands a lot better than Nintendo Japan does how people want to consume their product. There's been public outcry. Nobody likes it. Nintendo doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I think I would file that. I would just file this dude's video under more public outcry. Like I don't know. Like he was very frustrated and mad about it, but like, and like I get why he's upset.
I'm not mad at Joe about it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him. Like I get why he's upset, and like.
No, I do too. I totally understand because I'll repeat myself for the 5th fucking time. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. But what was he expecting?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much what I have to say about that.
Nintendo Bro. That's why they're Nintendo Bro.
Well, we continue on the Nintendo hate train. Let's talk about Amiibos.
Amiibo. Everything.
Toys.
Amiibo.
I don't really care about Amiibos on a.
Me neither.
If we had Gabe here, he could just talk about his excitement.
But I want to rant about Amiibos because I don't care about Amiibos.
Should we say quickly what they released because we are talking moderately?
Well, they're releasing new waves of Amiibos.
They're a bunch of new Amiibos.
I could say.
You want to list them off? You want to
Yeah,
list them
so
off?
Dr. Mario, Zero Suit Samus, some Splatoon. They will release some Splatoon things. They haven't shown them, but they're going to release
Yeah, they
Splatoon
showed
things.
some
Oh, they did?
packaging,
Okay. And
but they're not coming in that wave.
yes. And also the Yoshi Yarn one.
Yeah.
I want to talk
And a
about
bunch
that
of
Yoshi
others.
Yarn
Like
one real
there
quick.
was some more, but yeah.
Right after Jean-Luc's rant, I want to talk about that Yoshi Yarn one.
I mean, Yoshi yarn is really cool. It's made out of actual yarn. Fuck yeah. I'd maybe buy that. Also, I actually really like the Splatoon ones. I thought they looked cool. But for me, there was this big problem where like the pre-orders for them opened, and they opened up on GameStop. I think it was the first people who were opening up pre-orders for them, and specifically the Ness character. His amiibo is
Hold on.
only on what?
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. I always like seeing right after a game releases immediate price drops. You can currently get Battlefield Hardline for every console for $40 on Amazon. And that game just like what was that, like a week or two ago?
It's been out for a while now, like almost a month.
Has it?
Yeah.
Sure,
Jean-Luc, please continue.
Sorry.
All right, that was unnecessary. Thank you, Matt.
It's a pretty deep price cut for like, a month.
You could have saved that for after, Jean-Luc. But
I would have forgotten.
that's okay.
It tells me that you really care what I'm talking about, because obviously you're paying attention and not looking up price drops for
That's
video games.
listening. I can do both.
No, you can't. Fucking Matt. I'm done with this.
Quit the home button.
I'm leaving.
Peace.
Respect me.
Later.
All right. Okay. So Amiibos. Anyway, they put a bunch of out on. When I was, God damn it, Matt. I was in a jam. I was talking.
They put a bunch of them on GameStop.
They put a bunch of them on
Something
GameStop,
about
and the NES one is specifically you can only get at GameStop. You can only get it there, and that's like Nintendo has like a lot of weird limited deals with GameStop.
Retailer exclusivity.
Yeah, they do that a lot with GameStop actually. The problem is that Nintendo is notoriously bad about having a supply that meets the demand of people, and it's been really bad with Amiibos for a while, and a lot of people have been voicing complaints, but it's kind of really bubbled over recently with this one, where there were you had a ton of people either waiting at on the website, like oh, we're gonna keep refreshing, we're gonna try and get these Amiibos, or you had people even at the stores and who were like waiting in like 20-minute long lines to get these Amiibos, get the pre-orders in, and at the same time, GameStop's website went down, they crashed, and all of the in-store software stopped working, so no one could actually purchase it at a store either.
That's amazing.
Like their online systems, how they check out games, their registers were just inoperable.
And when it all went back up, everything had been sold out in like 5 minutes. So a
very poorly.
Very small percent got what they wanted, and everyone was incredibly unhappy with it. And it's it comes down to the fact that Nintendo doesn't. It seems like they just don't care, because they don't put out a statement saying hey, we're really sorry they all got sold out. Maybe we'll try to put out more, or something. Their only statement for that entire mess was the Nintendo Twitter account retweeted the GameStop tweets about the website crashing. That was their only statement on the entire thing. And I mean, it's crazy because they're just leaving money on the table. You have, I get where it's they don't want to make an oversupply where because they're not losing any money. They're making the amount and then they're selling all out. They don't have overstock, but there is so much more demand than there is the supply they're making. I feel like they could double their supply and then still probably completely sell out and not lose any money and make more money, and more people would be happy.
I think they're trying.
But for whatever reason, they're not doing it, and I don't get it.
I think they're trying to make them as scarce as possible. I think they're being a dick.
I
think they want there to be a rarity, because otherwise it's a plastic figure.
Cares about that.
What the fuck do Amiibos do? They carry some minimal amount of data between if you go to someone's house and your fighter remembers his thing in Smash Bros. They don't do anything. They cool on your shelf. So unless they're like this hard to get collector's item, I don't think they're fucking worth anything. They're cheap little plastic toys. And
Hey guys,
they don't do anything.
I mean, they sell crazy amount on eBay. They do.
I read this really interesting article. Forget where, comparing Amiibos to. You guys remember Beanie Babies?
Yes,
Yeah,
I remember the Beanie
and that's
Babies.
what I'm saying. I think that's why.
But that doesn't benefit Nintendo at all. That's the thing.
I think it keeps them hot on people's things, so like they keep selling out every time they're releasing.
But they already are.
But I think if there was a flood, people wouldn't worry and rush out to go buy them, because if there's enough for everybody forever and ever and ever, then like, I mean, obviously then they have overstock and are losing money on shelf space or whatever. But
it's not creating. I never like. Maybe people were getting mad at Beanie Baby, but like I don't. And it's not a case of it'd be one thing if it was like very particular amiibos.
I think it's just very
like there's the rare NES amiibo. It's not just the NES. It's all of them.
It's not
amiibo.
The Yoshi's always in stock because no one likes Yoshi.
That's not particularly true. There are some, I think, amiibos that are way rarer.
There are some that are harder to
others.
get because
like I think Marth is one of them. I'm not sure. Link maybe, but like.
I just don't see the benefit to Nintendo, apart from, like, yes, you created a thing that is rare. You could also be making more money, because people are literally like, give me my money. So it's like, Nintendo could make more money, these people could get the products they want, everyone would be happy. Like, I don't get, like, the logic of being like, well, no, we gotta make them rare. Like, there's no really good reason to do
Well, it goes back to Nintendo not listening to how people want to consume their product and not giving a shit.
Not giving the new 3DS, not the XL, but just the regular new 3DS to America because they're like, it won't do well. Even though,
or like when the new 3DS XL came out, there was that Majora's Mask one that was like GameStop exclusive, and a lot of people were like, oh shit, I want that. It sold out like again within minutes, and like everyone was like, oh, I really wanted that, and like no one got one. And like everyone was like, oh, man, I wanted one. It's like, why shouldn't you be allowed to have one? Why can't the working man get his Majora's Mask 3DS and his goddamn Yarn Yoshi amiibo?
I really think it's.
That's all I'm saying. Socialist amiibos. Everyone gets an amiibo.
Everyone, you go to everybody's house with a box and you say, take your amiibo for the day. It's like a vitamin or a milk carton. I honestly think they're trying.
Bernie Sanders 2016.
I think it keeps people talking about them more than they would if they were all over. Like, I genuinely think that, like...
It doesn't make me want to get in on it. Like, I see these amiibos and I'm cool, but then I see, like, the insanity around, like, oh, I'll never be able to get the one I want because they're so crazy to get. Like, well, then fuck it. Like, it turns me off even more.
And then there's...
But the people who are hooked are, like, constantly checking that swag to pre-order and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like,
they are, but they still don't even get it. Like I don't know. It's just
they just got maybe faster clicking fingers. They're losers.
That's a terrible way to look at it.
Like that feels mean-spirited, right? Like when Nintendo pitches itself as like, we're like this fun company for everyone, but it's like, but we're only gonna make a limited amount to make you suckers want it, and it's like, no, like shouldn't you want everyone to have the cool thing you make? Like that seems so contradictory to what you're all about. Like,
and
is it contradictory?
I was gonna say, and there's the problem. Then there's the problem with scalpers, who buy who get the chance to buy like a ton of these amiibos and then resell them. Nintendo does not get any of that profit.
Oh no, I saw one on eBay. They were selling 30 amiibos. It was the first 3 sets. And they were going, I don't remember the final price, but we calculated it out, and if you were to buy that entire thing, you would be spending $50 per amiibo.
That's good. Fucking dumb.
Yeah, for all of them.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I gotta get in on that.
They gotta get on that hot amiibo action.
I gotta get on that sweet,
You could have paid for that computer with you.
That said, I find amiibos dumb toys that I won't use. People will have differing opinions. I know many people who love amiibos, who collect them.
I have no problem with people like amiibos.
People like collecting things.
Yeah.
But that's my problem with...
That being said, I fucking want that Yoshi amiibo.
I mean, I have figurines. I have a couple. I have a couple Ruby figurines over there.
Sure.
I get it. You know, I thought the Splatoon ones looked cool. The Yarn Yoshi one's adorable.
I want the Yarn Yoshi so bad.
You're not gonna get it.
I know.
You would never.
Don't remind me.
I am upset at Nintendo. I mean, I think they're doing the scarcity thing on purpose. But
I believe they are.
That isn't
I
even.
think it's bullshit.
That isn't even what angers me about it. It's like I get that like they're a cool figurine that people just like to have because they look nice and they're like, I love Nintendo. Look at this Yoshi.
Yeah.
I
don't find any of them that look nice except for the Woolly World Yoshi.
Also, did you guys like my Nintendo fanboy voice? That was practice.
I wasn't. You sounded like Matt.
I was Matt. Matt? Oh,
Wow. Who's Matt?
I did a whole voice for it. If you go back and listen, I was like,
no, I heard the voice.
Yeah, it was not.
Yeah, you sounded like a 1920s salesman. Like, hello there, kids.
Hello there.
Want to buy some Nintendo toys?
Get your Weed Bros. They're Weed Amiibos. That's my new thing. A Weed Bros.
It is just as good as Justin McElroy's Tim Curry impersonation.
It's not gonna.
Which is to say, you do it and then you just pat yourself on the back and say, I did a good job.
All right. The part that annoys me about Amiibos is that they don't do anything. Like they're not even like they do stuff, but like it's so minimal. It's just like if they made them the way that literally everyone wants them to be like good and made and actually like
your camera is the worst.
Thank you. It's still on the Chromebook. Few days, we'll be back. So if they wanted them to sell well, not for being scarce, but just being like a good product and like not just like sitting in people's houses, then they should have done something more with them that actually adds more value. Like Skylanders, there are these whole things with the games, right? Like there's a lot more that Skylanders do with those figures, and like even the Disney Infinity for the outrageous price and the fact that it locks a bunch of content. It still like gives you a bunch of stuff for actually buying it, other than just carrying information from game to game, right?
Yeah.
So like, if they actually just released enough for everybody and wanted them to actually sell well to everybody, and not just like the few people who want figurines, then they should have had extra value with like use cases.
Well, I think actually Nintendo got lucky in that.
Counterpoint. Hold on. Counterpoint. Who do you think Amiibos are targeting? What is Nintendo's target demographic?
I think with these right now, it's just Nintendo fanboys, but I think that they could actually get people who. Like,
I disagree.
Really? Who?
Small children.
I think they would get more small children if they did
toy.
something.
Children play with toys. It's not just.
But children also like the Skylanders because it's a toy and then it does something.
And that's what the Amiibos do.
It doesn't do enough though. It's just like, look, it carries your information.
The main point of Amiibos is that they are a toy though.
Yeah.
It can make
but that's what I'm saying. I don't
pretend and play with Link and Mario and have them fight each other. That's what kids do.
But you could actually like, I don't know. I feel like they should.
But the thing about these Amiibos is that who's buying them all up? It's the fucking fanboys that that stick their Amiibos on their desk and look at them fondly every 30 minutes.
Gabe. Basically, we're mad at Gabe. Is what I've learned this episode, is that Gabe...
That's who's buying these Amiibos.
He's the one who has this weird love of Nintendo, bro. You all have a little bit of a weird love for Nintendo, bro.
Stop saying Nintendo. Oh my god.
It's really driving me. You should stop that.
Just like Nintendo bro does to me on a daily basis, because I don't
understand how they exist. My god. You are infuriating today.
No, that's just normal. Call them that.
Infuriating.
There's like
more so.
Like we've discussed this on other shows. Like there's a million things that bother me about what Nintendo does. Like the past like 10 years, I think Nintendo is crazy and like they're just bonkers. They're like, I don't understand any of their business practices. They drive me up a wall. So like this is just another thing that I'm like, yeah, they're doing Nintendo like.
Well,
they're doing them. They're doing the crazy.
What I was gonna say earlier was that I feel like this is a weird case because normally Nintendo does something crazy that you're like, Nintendo, why are you doing that? That makes no sense, and then it like totally backfires on them, right? You know, like the Wii U. No, but this is not. That's what I'm saying. This hasn't. So we're like they're like, hey, we're doing our own, Skylander Disney Infinity style stuff. We're like, cool, and they're like, here they are, and we're like, that's all they do. Like, Nintendo, do you even understand what makes those things popular, like, at all? And they're like, not really. We're gonna do them anyway. And we're like, well, no one's gonna buy those. But then a ton of people bought them anyway because they like collecting the figurines. And so Nintendo's like, oh, cool. Like, who cares that we totally didn't make the thing that people actually originally wanted? They still want it anyway. Awesome. But now they're, like, still shrinking the demand. So, like, they're still fucking it up. Like, duh.
Nintendo.
Crazy.
Why aren't you the CEO of Nintendo, Jean-Luc?
I think the question is, why aren't I? Because I'd shut it down.
Yeah, don't let Matt. No, God, no. I want to save Nintendo.
Give Nintendo to Matt. I'll sell it to Sony. I'll be like, just hand it over. That is the
biggest fanboy thing I have heard you ever say.
I just want Mr. Iwata.
I'll be like, I don't even want the money, just fix it.
And, like, come down to a kid's chimney and hand them whatever amiibo they want. That's all I want. I want every kid to have the amiibo they can have. I just want everyone to be happy.
Wow.
You're the hero this world deserves, Jean-Luc. I fucking want that, Yoshi.
I don't know. I feel like actually being the president of Nintendo would be like being president of Crazy Town, because all your employees are probably inundated with like the crazy things that Nintendo does, and they're like cool with it. It's like, yeah, it's just Nintendo. So then like you'd be trying to wildly change things for the better, and they'd be like, whoa, 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 you can't do that. And you'd be giving people what they want.
Okay, so other stuff, other Nintendo news. Talk about this. Yeah, they did Mario Kart DLC. I mean, cool. More Mario Kart.
I haven't touched Mario. I have a Wii U. I have Mario Kart. What is it? 7? 8? 8.
Infinity.
Is the multiplayer like good and functioning?
Oh yeah. That's great. It's really good.
It's fantastic multiplayer. I haven't played it since like the summer, but I think I might start playing it now because it'll offer a new challenge with 200cc.
Is it just faster?
My brother made a funny point to me.
Yes, it's faster.
That he thinks, he's like, oh cool, they're adding 200cc, and he goes, I'm pretty sure this is just Nintendo's way of saying they're trying to like completely stamp out F-Zero and make sure like no, new one's not gonna happen. Here's just 200cc in Mario Kart. And I was like,
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, think about it that way. It's kind of he's probably right. They're never gonna make a new one of those, are they? No, they won't. Damn. At least not for a while.
That's why he's your Nintendo bro.
Shut up!
God, Matt. Really stop. Oh.
Okay, 200cc. Yeah, I'm about it. I
cool.
found 150. After I got used to it, pretty easy. Especially getting used to all the maps.
I just go right to 150.
Yeah, me too.
We should try and skate through the rest of this Nintendo stuff so we can have some time to talk about other things.
What else is there to talk about?
Well, the other two things that we announced at the beginning of the podcast.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Let's talk about Deus Ex. I mean, cool, more Deus Ex. Hopefully the boss battles are good.
Hopefully that's a fair assessment.
That's all I can ask for, really. Like
that's really true. I really like the first game, but the boss battles were kind of butts.
That was like kind of my biggest complaint about it was the boss battles. Hopefully the story's interesting.
Yeah, I think that was literally everyone's complaint about that game. Everyone was like,
I had to lower the difficulty to beat that game.
Yeah, the bosses were.
I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, I remember doing that. Or you just need to Dark Souls up.
Scrub. Anyway,
finishing
up Nintendo Direct news.
Fatal Frame, new Fatal Frame, which already came out in Fatal Frame 5, although it doesn't have a 5 on it.
Over in Japan.
It already came out in Japan last September, and
people are pleasantly surprised that it's coming to the U.S.
Yeah, we kept thinking they just weren't going to make it for the U.S., and we're like, damn it, we're never going to get Fatal Frame 5. But then they're like, hey, Fatal Frame 5 is actually coming. It's like,
get to use the gamepad.
Yeah, you use the gamepad
in an interesting way.
I'm excited. I haven't got to use the gamepad in an interesting way in ever with my Wii U, so that'll be fun. I don't know. I like Fatal Frame, so that excites me.
New Fire Emblem.
They just showed a trailer for it. They already announced it. More Fire Emblem.
Get to choose two sides, drastically change the story. One's normal kind of difficulty. One's very difficult, apparently.
Wait, which story you pick actually changes the difficulty?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically 2 games in one. That's I like that. That's cool.
Interesting. I not really into Fire Emblem. Nor do I
just
play
started
my 3DS
playing
ever. So
Fire
I mean,
Emblem, and I'm actually really digging it.
I'm happy for you. Like that's cool.
I'm very
Like,
happy for
I'm
you.
happy for me too. I like Fire Emblem. It's cool.
I have yet to find another reason to pick up my 3DS, and I mean, I don't want to play an RPG right now.
Okay. Well, I was about to
Speaking
recommend
of
a game for you, but it's an RPG, so never mind.
speaking of RPGs, Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem.
Yeah, so that was actually the reason I picked up Fire Emblem for my brother to play it, was because I was like, I should probably play a Fire Emblem game before I tried the Shin Megami Tensei game.
Mm-hmm. And you're the resident Atlas lover. You love Atlas.
I do love Atlas.
Everything
Atlas,
that they do.
Thank God for Atlas, because they put out the weird, like, I wouldn't call it like bad games. Like they're not bad games, but they're like they put out like the B tier games that like can't exist anymore. You know what I mean? Like everything's now like indie or like AAA, but you still got Atlas putting out like these B tier games.
Atlas has a very, very interesting cult following.
Yeah.
Like, people eat their shit up.
They put out the first. We would not have gotten Demon Souls if it wasn't for Atlas.
I wonder if all those weird people are Jean-Luc like, or if they're different.
Maybe, I don't know. But
So
no,
yeah,
My friend's-
Bloodborne could have maybe never happened if we did not get. If we did not have Atlas.
That's true. I think they are all like you, because my friend Sam is super into all those games, and he's all into.
I'm not into all of them though. Like, I mean, you know, like.
well, you've never
couple
played
games
Shin
come out.
Megami Tensei.
I've never played Shin Megami Tensei proper. I've played Persona, and I really like Persona. I have been meaning to play a Shin Megami Tensei game. I'm probably going to play 4, because it is on 3DS sometime this summer, because I do want to experience that.
From what I've read on forums and comments online, when they kind of re-revealed Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem, because they originally announced it in 2013 with just a title card, and that was that. They finally came out with a trailer. People were saying it didn't look like Fire Emblem, and it didn't look like Shin Megami Tensei.
No, it doesn't look
People
like
were
either of
saying
them.
that it just looked like fucking Persona.
But it doesn't look like Persona either. Like, I don't think. I think they're kind of wrong. It doesn't look like any of those.
Really?
It definitely has Persona-y. I think they look at Persona because they're like, there's school kids in it. But I'm like...
And there's another world that you travel to.
But I'm like, yeah, that's every fucking RPG ever. Like, that's not Persona specifically. I mean, I think there actually are some Fire Emblem-y elements in there if you pay attention.
I think there were Fire Emblem characters, maybe?
There were a couple of characters. My brother was telling me about it, because I was like, is there anyone that's actually from Fire Emblem? And he's like, I think so. It looks like it's going to be more... It is not a crossover in... Because I think people in their heads interpreted, like, literal crossover, like, you know, the people from Shin Megami Tensei and the people from Fire Emblem fell in a wormhole, and oh my god, like, you know, I don't think it's that. It's more of like
A fusion.
And it's Atlas. It sounds more like it's Atlas making it, and kind of like the Fire Emblem people were not like specifically like heavily involved in the development as much. It's not like a joint project the same way. It's more like here is Atlas taking Shin Megami Tensei elements and incorporating them with Fire Emblem elements. And there's going to be like, you know, the combat. I imagine the combat will be very more Fire Emblem-y. Like that, because that to me is like, when you think of Fire Emblem, it does have actually like a really crazy story that's like pretty deep, but it's really like the combat that's like the thing in Fire Emblem. It's like, if there's no combat, like at that point it's like, what is Fire Emblem about it? Because Shin Megami Tensei games, there is no unifying combat. Like, you play like a game like Devil Summoner, and then you play a game like Persona, completely different combat. So, like, the combat doesn't matter. What matters is, like, Fire Emblem's combat, so that's what they need to incorporate. And then they incorporate elements of Shin Megami Tensei. You have to have the demons in there, because that's kind of the big unifying thing in the Shin Megami Tensei universe, is all the different demons. Your Jack Frosts and Pixies and Maras. Your penises on wheelchairs.
What?
Oh yeah, and there's a persona called Mara. Go look it up.
We need to get off that
I'll
list.
pass.
I'm gonna send you a picture. I'm gonna look it up. You talk. We're gonna.
Okay.
Alright.
On to, I think our last subject.
For
We wanted to
Nintendo.
talk about Rainbow Six Siege a
Oh,
little
sure.
bit.
Yeah.
And there's been gameplay trickling out as of recently. Jean-Luc,
Yeah,
I'm not
picture
clicking on that
You
link.
should click on that picture. You should click on that picture. You should click on that
It's
picture.
really upsetting.
That is actual art from that game. It's great.
Um,
Like
It's
it.
great.
and
That's really
people
upsetting.
are. I'm interested in this game because it's a departure from kind of normal Rainbow Six gameplay, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I feel like it's this weird amalgamation of Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, and Battlefield that is Rainbow Six Siege. Counter-Strike in the way that it's like 4v4 in a map, you gotta use teamwork, and it's really easy to, like, die. That's Counter-Strike, sure. Battlefield, like previous Battlefields, with the really, really destructible environments and using that to your advantage and whatnot, they're really pushing that with Rainbow Six Siege, using the environment to your advantage over your opponent. And Call of Duty, because it looks more fast-paced than Battlefield
Mm-hmm.
does.
Did you guys play the other Rainbow Six?
It's a little bit more arcadey.
Did you guys play the other Rainbow Sixes, like Rainbow Six Vegas 2 and stuff?
I did play Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited because like those games were always super, like if you played a Terrorist Hunt or even like the team deathmatch modes, like they could, if they were like the smaller, I would never join like the big servers because those were bots, but like the smaller teams were always really tactical, especially whatever that place was outside there was the one house with the garage outside that you'd always play Terrorist Hunt on. It was like the Terrorist Hunt map.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's like Villa, maybe it was Villa.
I think it was Villa.
Yeah, that was just a great map.
It was great map design.
So yeah, I'm really excited to see this whole new thing with like hostages and moving them and stuff. Yeah, I wonder, is it the same? Do we know if it's the same studio or remotely the same studio that used to work on those games, or it could be a completely different people by now?
I mean, didn't
out.
what happened with Patriot? Like, wasn't it like the whole team
Oh, that got
laid
canned.
off or something like that? It was.
Yeah, I don't know about the whole team being laid off, but that game got real canceled.
Got real canceled. Yeah, I remember that. I remember my moderate hype for that because I had heard about it, and then almost immediately it was like, nope, that doesn't exist.
Well, there was nothing immediate about that. They went silent about it for a while, and and people started to notice, and they had to like kind of just be like, yeah, we're canceled.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like that was them. They
Ubisoft,
didn't want to admit it was canceled right away because they just put out like that Game Informer cover, and then like they canceled it like right away, and then they're like, we don't want to look too stupid, so maybe if like we wait a while, and then when people notice, we'll tell them.
It's made by Ubisoft Montreal, basically the big Ubisoft studio.
Got ya. Interesting.
So yeah, I've been watching gameplay about that. I'm interested. I hope I get an alpha code because I would love to test it out and see if my thoughts about it are founded. You know?
Yeah. No, it looks really.
Also, it'd be cool to do like a side quest on it. I don't know.
I could see myself playing that game a lot. It's coming out on all consoles, I assume.
Yes. I think they're actually prioritizing PC though.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, which is awesome. I love that they're doing that because they only released the alpha for PC.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, poop. I kind of wanted to get it on the console just because I liked playing that game on my 3 shitty, and I'd probably want to, I don't know, like, I was kind of, like, the Call of Duty port, like, for me worked fine on PC and stuff, but, like, I ended up playing it with a controller anyway, and I was like, I kind of wish I got this on PS4, because that's that's Call of Duty. Even though it works on PC and people do play it, it feels more like it's a console game. So I don't know. That's interesting, I guess. If they're leading with PC on this, then I have to rethink my life.
I'm conflicted because part of me agrees with you, but the part of me that enjoys Counter-Strike is vehemently disagreeing with you.
Right, yeah. No, I understand. Like, I could see myself enjoying it very much on PC, like Counter-Strike. I guess it just depends on how well it controls. Because, like, there was, like, when I was trying to play fucking Call of Duty on my computer, like, it felt weird to play with a mouse. Like, not because it was Call of Duty on my computer. Like, I did that with Battlefield. Like, I used to play Battlefield on consoles all the time, and then I switched to PC, and it felt great. It was, like, literally mousing in Call of Duty on my PC felt fucking weird. Like, it didn't feel good. Like, I tried...
That could just be the controls in-game. That they just didn't do something right.
Yeah, like, I tried turning all the things, like, there was different assists and different things that you could turn on and off, like mouse smoothing or whatever, and I tried, like, tuning my mouse, I tried, like, turning all the stuff on and off in the game, and, like, whatever I did, it just didn't feel, like, good to me.
Mm-hmm. Reception has been neutral to positive on Rainbow Six Siege. But let's see if they capitalize on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I gotta say about that.
Whenever I think about that game, I go back to thinking about the new Tom Clancy The Division game, just because it's like another game. Like, I used to like the Tom Clancy, like, because Tom Clancy's, Rainbow Six, whatever, right?
Well, Tom Clancy just...
Or no, is that a separate thing?
What?
What did Tom Clancy do during, like, the same time of Rainbow Six? Or was it Tom Clancy?
Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell. Well, didn't they do this other shooter? No, they did Ghost Recon, that was right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I played, like...
The Tom Clancy umbrella covers a bunch of...
Yeah, they cover a bunch of things. But so I always liked those the Tom Clancy Ghost Recon games that were out, like, around this... Like, they were out around the same time, like, within those, few years when the Rainbow Six Vegas games came out. And I enjoyed playing both of them, so... I know they're both complete, like, they're not, they're both pretty much completely new things, not even touching those series, really. At all, but I'm still, it brings back this nostalgic feeling, like, oh, I like that old Tom Clancy shooter, and oh, I like that, that Rainbow Six thing because it was super tactical, so I'm really excited to see what both of those series, it seems they're being revived, like, those names, Not just Tom Clancy, because they're still putting out other Tom Clancy games, but this kind of thing,
Alright.
I just realized, is The Division third person?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I remember the other ones were, and I was like, wait a minute. I don't even know
you could play Rainbow Six Vegas 2 in... Well...
When you went up against
when you go and cover.
In third person,
Yeah.
I really liked that. Because then you could see your cool dude. You could see your sweet armor and stuff.
Yeah.
That was always...
Wait, what do you guys talk? Wait, you're saying the Division's third person?
Yeah,
yes.
But also when you played Vegas, if it would go from first to third person when you took cover.
Well, Graw was third person.
Yeah, Graw was, that's what I was thinking as well.
Alright. Any other news that we didn't really cover that we want to cover super quick, because we're already over time?
This is of interest, not because it's games adjacent. It's at least games adjacent, to be on this.
If it has anything to do with price drops in Battlefield, I'm leaving.
I have no idea what that is. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. What is... What is that?
Continue. What? Price drops in Battlefield?
Oh, price drops. Oh, I thought you said prize drops, and I was like, what? Like they have like a crane game? Like what's happening? No, it's not that. Although it came out the 17th of last month, so it's almost a month, but that just feels like really soon to be like $20 off for a brand new game.
A ton of games do that.
Yeah, whenever they undersell for the company, like people end up doing that.
Besides Nintendo games. Nintendo games never devalue.
Yeah.
Dumb.
So this is of moderate interest, and we don't have to talk about it for more than a few minutes, but the Apple Watch is releasing, and all the reviews are dropping for it. People are going to make games for this thing. Like,
do you think so?
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
I hope not.
My friends are already like thinking of ideas, and like my friends have this small little indie studio, and they're making a senior thing, but they're staying together after.
Oh, they're planning on doing it for the Apple Watch, really?
No, not for the Apple Watch, but they're concepting ideas and stuff for it, because like there's not many chances you get for new hardware that nothing's been developed for. It's not like just a new console. It's like this is new hardware that people could play things on. So like people, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm really curious to see what people do with it. I don't know. It's something. Because I mean, like you might be like that's stupid. I will probably never play a game on my wristwatch, but I think that people are gonna try.
You know what I want?
What?
Idea. Okay. Hold your phone in one hand, Apple Watch in the other hand, Oculus or Google Glass or something in the other. Archery game.
Ooh, like VR. That's something.
Boom. $1 million.
You could, if a
Well,
developer...
you can make some cool like mixed with the real world, like like if you were making like a zombie style game where like you could tag somebody and like like your watch changes the color, like that kind of game.
Yeah.
That would actually be cool. Like mix it in with the real world, but like just a game where I'm just looking at my watch pressing a thing. Like that doesn't appeal to me at all.
That's pretty dumb.
I come to think of gyroscope things where like you're like if it, like the stupid little plastic things where you got the ball and you got to put it through the holes and stuff. That comes to mind for some reason. I don't know if that would actually be.
Oh, those are shitty little micro games.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like you're gonna get some of that stuff.
Those have no value.
Well, like yeah, but people they are games. But
they are games. I'm not denying them that.
Yeah, but like also like I was thinking like if you put you could do asteroids where your ship is just in the middle and it stays there and you tilt it to aim different ways and it shoots the asteroids coming in.
My arm would get tired.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is like what would be the primary control? Because there's that crown thing on the side. I don't know. It's a bunch of weirdness. But I mean, people are gonna try and make games for it. It's just
I'm sure. And
yeah, I'm just really curious as to what we're gonna see.
I'm curious. Also,
I'm not optimistic
that anything of value will come of the iPhone or iWatch.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see. Like, someone could pull something out. You know what I mean? Like,
I hope they do. They do. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't think anything very soon, but I don't know, something maybe one day.
Wearables, I don't think are at the point where consumers really care.
Yeah, no. In this first gen,
like
Apple
Google
Watch
Glass kind of failed. HoloLens is way ahead of its time, and I think will fail. But like that middle ground with wearable / VR is where kind of technology is at now.
I wonder why.
I think that will succeed.
I wonder if someone. So the only thing I'm thinking about. So Google. There's the Google VR box thing that you just put like the cardboard box with the lenses.
Google Cardboard.
Google Cardboard. But that requires your phone. So you would need like 2 phones if you want to like use your phone in a smartwatch. Because I was like, oh wait, you could just do that with Google Cardboard now, but you need your phone to be the screen. And the same thing with there's Gear VR, which is Samsung's joint thing with Oculus Rift. But you also need to put your phone as the screen.
Yeah.
So like maybe they could do something still with the watch and the thing there. You could like Wii Sports, like Wii stuff. I wonder why no one's tried to do that yet.
Or like a
tennis.
Sebastian Japs.
Yeah,
on
right.
The phone.
Yeah,
there's possibilities that I'm sure people will touch upon, but we'll see if they're successful.
Yeah.
On that note, though, I think it's time to
wrap it up.
I think it's time to bring us home.
Let me bring you home tonight, like that song did back in the 80s. That sounds like an 80s song. Bring me home tonight. Take me home tonight.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. I know music. Jean-Luc. So thank you for joining us this week on the podcast. Join us next week. Maybe not next week. I got a ton of butts to do, so I might not actually be here. I have a lot of stuff. I'm graduating very soon.
It's okay. We were ready to host without you this time.
No, you weren't. You were crying at the possibility that I might not be able to make it today. Tears were shed. Real tears.
Oh yeah.
real tears. So follow us on Facebook and our YouTube channel. Those are really the 2 main places that we post a lot of stuff, is Facebook and YouTube, and those are Home Button Official. The Twitch and Twitter, although Jean-Luc has been twitching Dark Souls, or fuck, Bloodborne, like every night on Twitch at a Home Button Cast, and our Twitter is also at Home Button Cast. We're also going to be doing Bungie Thursdays. And by Bungie Thursdays, I mean Destiny Thursdays.
Nailed it.
That's the game they make and that I can remember. I'm just like, the Bungie sci-fi game.
You know the one we played this morning?
Yeah, the one we literally played a little bit today. So Bungie Thursdays with
Destiny Thursdays.
Yeah, so Destiny Thursdays is gonna be me, Jean-Luc, and Emilio. We're all like pretty high levels, so we're gonna be doing some raid stuff and some strike stuff and some bounty stuff.
Getting us some
whatever.
Ascendant shards because I
need
those.
I need Ascendants, and I also need the exotic shard for my helmet because my helmet's so swag.
The goal is to get us to 30 so we can do Crota's End.
Yeah, we want to do Crota's End. Also, I'm wondering maybe once we do endgame stuff with those, I know Emilio has 2 other high-level characters, but I don't have any other characters, so I wonder if we're gonna...
I don't know if I'm ready to commit to making a whole other character. That'll not something I'm prepared for.
That idea, and Jean-Luc was like, Destiny's okay. so maybe not. But so thank you for joining us. Follow us at those places. You can follow Jean-Luc at Jean-Luc Seipke. You can follow Nate at Nate Lubetsky. Ubetsky is what he tweets. He never tweets that, despite my wants and desires. And you can follow me at Matt_Klink. Thank you so much for watching, as always, you wonderful few. You're like my little golden people. If we didn't get at least 20 views on these videos a week, maybe we wouldn't make them. Nah, we probably would. I kind of like these people.
You like hearing yourself talk, so you'd probably still do it.
We don't get much I like, guys, heart to heart with the viewers. I would love a comment. Even if it's just like a thumbs up.
You suck.
Or you suck. I need vindication. I need to know you didn't just accidentally click on this. I need to. So tell me of the things we talked about.
Discuss things in the comments. Like just mention interesting stuff or whatever. Just put them in the comments, people.
If you
tell me
disagree with any of our views, let us know.
Especially mine. How about how Nintendo will crash and burn? They will.
All right.
Words.
I don't even want to go there. All right. I'm done.
So on behalf of Jean-Luc Seipke, Nate Lubetsky, and myself, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.